Welcome to the Expansive Astrology Podcast, where we look at using astrology beyond the tropes and horoscopes to tune into the natural forces around us and within us, honoring our true nature to craft our future. I'm your host, Melissa, the Self-Care Witch, and I'm here to help you meet your magic. Without further ado, let's begin this week's episode with a tarot reading for the collective. Hi, welcome back to the Expansive Astrology Podcast. This is your Capricorn season episode. It's 2024. Holy moly! When did that happen? It is 2024. Hi, we're here for Capricorn season, and this episode is coming out a little bit later than I would like. So my apologies for that, but also I'm just doing the best I can over here, so I can only apologize so much. I really wanted to get this out for you though before the new moon in Capricorn, because it's the first lunar cycle of 2024, and Capricorn energy is just so useful. And that I laugh when I say useful because the phrase, you know how I have a phrase for each season? The phrase for Capricorn is I use or like I utilize. So that's kind of funny that that's the word that came out of my mouth. Capricorn energy is so medicinal, so helpful, and it is so like aligned with New Year's resolutions, like that like very traditional idea of New Year's resolutions. I feel like that's very Capricorn energy, and as much as I was like, for the last, for all of Capricorn season, I've been like, I need to get a Capricorn episode up. I am also kind of pleased with the way that the timing has unfolded, because literally last night I did a breath work session, and it was so freaking good, and it completely fed me this whole new way of looking at Capricorn energy that I feel like is it is so essential, and I'm really pleased that I get to infuse that new understanding of Capricorn energy into this episode. So everything is divine, as always. How are you? I do have to say that I love this energy. I do love this time of year. I know it can be really hard on people, and it's hard on me too. I've really found ways to, as with all things, the more you like lean in and let it teach you and like go with it, like lean into it and go with how freaking cheesy, but go with the flow. Let things teach you, let yourself adapt to what your needs are with each season as much as possible. I've found a great fondness for this time of year and for this season, and I am so pumped for what is cooking in my little kitchen over here. It's not time to really tell you much yet, but the only thing I really want to let you keep you aware of is the fact that my moon circles and my memberships the prices are increasing. Later this month, I'm thinking that I'm going to make the change on my birthday, which is January 25th. And so if you sign up before then, my membership is only $25 right now. And you lock in that price. And since my moon circles, are about to increase to $25 each, that means you get your all access pass for the price of one moon circle. And I am adding so much more juicy goodness to the membership that I'm going to announce soon, but you have to trust me. I am so pumped about what is to come, dude. And the price is going to reflect that. The price is about to reflect how much I am pouring into this Meet Your Magic membership. So if you sign up for right now for for $25. You lock in that price. And I love this. I love that it's a thing. It means that those of you who have been here kind of get rewarded in a way. Because I am bringing so much more fun and magic to this Meet Your Magic membership. And $25 is actually like insane. I hope you love it. I really hope you love it. So I just want you to be aware of that. There are quite a few changes and adjustments and additions coming to my work and this podcast in the next couple of months. And I feel pretty swept away by it and pretty thrilled by how it's all unfolding. I can't wait to show you more. And I am so pleased with what Capricorn is teaching me, like in real time, as this is all unfolding. So, no tarot reading this week, but I want to hop right into this medicine of Capricorn energy. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Let's talk a little bit about what Capricorn energy is, what it brings, and how you can empower yourself with it, how you can utilize it. First, I'll tell you like the breakdown of what makes Capricorn what it is. And then I'll share a little bit about my suggestions on how you can play with that, experiment with it before we move into Aquarius season, remembering that like Capricorn helps prepare us for Aquarius. And then Aquarius helps prepare us for Pisces, which helps prepare us for Aries. It's all divine. It all unfolds in the perfect spiral, And Sagittarius season prepared us for Capricorn. Sagittarius is like mutable fire, which helps us to like live a very soul-centered, authentic, march to the beat of your own drum, go and dream and explore and learn and like dream, emphasis on dream. That's like the Sagittarius medicine. It helps us to really shoot for the stars. And then Capricorn helps us to like bring that dreaming to our into reality, like into our real life situation, in a way that is like practical and effective and applicable and sustainable. Capricorn helps bring that dreaming that Sagittarius inspires. Capricorn brings that into our reality in the most like effective way possible. This is an earth sign, which is grounding and practical and hardworking. Capricorn is cardinal earth, which means in Soul Tarot by Lindsay Mack, it's represented by the Queen of Pentacles. So there's this idea of like utilizing the earth, having a relationship with our resources in a way that like nurtures our kingdom, our whole kingdom. Having such a divine and in tune relationship with what is available to us, with our earth, right? So like the element of earth represents all things earthly, like our physical bodies, our material possessions, our finances, our routine, our work. So how do we have a relationship with all of those things that is so empowered, that is so nourishing? And the term resourcing keeps coming up for me. Like, how are you utilizing your resources? And like breaking down that word resource. How do you return to your source? How do you revitalize yourself? How do you, and like source with a capital S, right? So like God or whatever, your higher power, if you like resonate with that. Source, your essence, what keeps you going, your inspiration. How do you nourish yourself? Cardinal signs, the queens, are initiating and leading. They're the ones who like get the show on the road. They create change in their world. And there can be, with the cardinal energies, there can be like a forceful or an overwhelming sense behind that. And that's where effectiveness really comes in, right? How can you embrace effective cardinal energy, effective queen energy, where it's not off with their heads, but it is leading. I have so many, like, aside from me, myself, I have so many clients who that is really a question for them of like, how can I lead my life? How can I lead my family? Especially like my feminine clients, mothers in the household, finding a way of empowering their leadership where it isn't off with their heads, where it isn't panicked or harsh or cold, right? Because like, trust me, I get cold, I get harsh. Totally. I work really hard on that. It's like my life's work, right? Is to like embrace my leadership and empowerment in a way that doesn't overpower anybody, or like in a way that stays respectful of myself and others. Like true leadership, which requires true confidence, which is the theme of Capricorn. Like it's part of the essence of Capricorn. Capricorn is represented by the goat, which is like somewhere along the line, maybe I should like Urban Dictionary this and find out the history of like the goat as like a slang term of like the where it stands for the greatest of all time, right? They're the goat. The goat is like sure-footed and able to climb mountains unlike any other, right? It butts its way right through obstacles it may encounter and takes advantage of every foothold it finds. Joanna Woolfolk, who wrote the only astrology book you'll ever need, which With Peace and Love to Joanna Woolfolk, and this is like such an essential resource. It's definitely not the only astrology book you'll ever need, just saying. But Joanna Woolfolk, really, I like how she put it. She said, quote, "There are tasks to be fulfilled, and if you can't move mountains, then at least, like the goat, you can scale the heights," unquote. So, how can you be an effective goat? How can you know which mountains to climb and which to like go around, or which to bypass entirely, which to ignore, which are yours to climb and which are not? How can you use that climbing energy most effectively? How can you encourage other people to climb instead of you dragging them up with you? Like, what is your leadership style? What is your queen style? And like, it's interesting that I'm talking so much about leadership when this is a queen card. You would kind of think that I would reserve that for the King of Pentacles. And the way I kind of perceive the queen and the king is that the queen is like this internal quiet process of like embodying leadership. It's a more like feminine essenced leadership, whereas the king is like the more external expression of that leadership. The king is like the masculine essence of leadership. That's how I've been kind of playing with it. So how can you embrace and embody a sense that you are the goat? You are the greatest of all time. You are the queen of your kingdom, of your realm. How can you embrace and embody that in a way that is in integrity, How can you lean into a true felt sense of accomplishment and like capability, like you are capable, you are worthy, you are resourced, you are connected with your source, you are connected with your essence, you have enough to give because you are so resourced, right? You can give very effectively, you can lead effectively because you are in integrity, because you have integrated like the work, you have integrated the needs of the external world with like your knowing within, right? That's what like integrity is all about. I was really thinking about like how integrity is like based from the word integrate, right? So like, here's what I want to ask you, or here's what I want you to ask yourself, especially in the face of this new moon, the brand new lunar cycle, the first lunar cycle of 2024. What gives you the right? What gives you the right to say, I am the Queen of Pentacles? What gives you the right to stand on top of the mountain that you've climbed and say, like, look at this mountain. Look at where I've come. Look at what I've conquered. Living in integrity means integrating all pieces of you. Being in relationship with all the pieces of you, all of the pieces that make up that mountain. So what I want you to ask yourself is, like, what is my mountain made of? What have I done, become, consumed, learned, earned? Look at all that I've scaled to get to where I am right now. Sometimes we look at our mountain and just feel fucking grief. Like, Jesus. Like, that's one sad ass mountain. And I hope that if that's your experience, you can also hold some pride along with that grief of like, damn, that's one sad ass mountain, and look at where I am. I'm on top of it. Or even if you don't feel on top of it, like even if you're like climbing it, look at where you are now. And you know what's interesting? I just want to tend to any brain stories that might be like getting in the way of my message of like, hey, you are the GOAT, you are the greatest, you deserve to feel confidence. Like, look at how far you've come. Like, I know that some people might not resonate with that where they're sitting right now, right? Sometimes we are so fucking in it, and sometimes we feel so hopeless. I'll just put it plainly, you know, hopeless and overwhelmed by our mountain. Like, it doesn't always feel like we're the GOAT. It doesn't always feel like we're capable and conquering. So I do want to make sure that I mention the medicine of the Devil card before the end of this episode, because the Devil card really brings us into invitations of like liberating our brain's stories. And I wonder if it might be helpful for you. I think in the past I have done a full episode on the Devil card. So you can look for that in previous years. I don't know if it's on like Spotify, but it's definitely on YouTube, I think. It's definitely on YouTube. So just know that part of this process, part of the Capricorn energy includes the Devil card, which includes limiting beliefs, right? It includes fucking self-doubt and contraction. It's like par for the course. So try to stay on board with me and we will tend to that. All right. So for now, let's talk about that confidence, that true felt sense of leadership and confidence, and what that like integrity means, that integration means. I want you to know that you can feel in integrity with your confidence. You're not going to be some pompous goat on top of some trash mountain being like, look at my mountain of diamonds. Right? You're going to be in integrity. Because this is like real. This is meeting yourself where you are and considering yourself a success. Finding your essence of leadership. Because Capricorn rules the 10th house, which in a lot of ways, people say it's the 10th house of career, and it concerns like our reputation and our social status, or like our social standing in the world, the pieces of us that are public, the face that we present to the outside world, and like our social status in a way, like the way that you want to be perceived, the standards that you hold for your life, the outward expression of your natural talents. And this topic can be shrouded in imposter syndrome. And this topic can be shrouded in like toxic hustle culture, like capitalism, and that's kind of how I was teaching it up until this year. But I've really put this focus on like what motivates you, purposeful pursuit of destiny. How do you complete things, getting things done, organization and planning, tasks. You can do tasks. And that's maybe a pathway, right? Like there's science. There's science behind the fact that like when we can complete things and do tasks and feel capable and effective and in control over our lives, that like builds our confidence, right? That's why it's essential to take care of yourself and set boundaries and say hard things and learn assertiveness even before you have the confidence to do that. Because doing those things, accomplishing those tasks, taking care of yourself is how you get the confidence. Fake it till you make it is true, and that's like the essence of what I'm saying. So yeah, it can be very task oriented of like, you can do things. How do you, this phrase I utilize, which maybe I'm going to rethink that, and find something that's a little more accurate. But how can you utilize your resources? How can you utilize your motivation? How can you utilize what is available to you to enhance your confidence, right? To get things done, to feel like a leader over your life, to embody a sense of like, yeah, I've got this under control, knowing that we don't have a whole lot of control at all, right? Hardly at all over external things. We have very little control over external things. And what does leadership look to you within those circumstances? So yes, purposeful pursuit of destiny. Yes. You can get things done. Yes. New Year's resolutions, new year, new you, like maybe, okay, maybe. But empowered Capricorn utilizes this motivation and utilizes this like greatest of all time attitude in a way that is in integrity, in a way that truly builds confidence. So it's interesting because like fake it till you make it is not universal. If you are standing on top of a mountain, of tin cans and trying to sell it as a mountain of diamonds, that is not an integrity. That is not fake it till you make it. That is not leadership over your life and your circumstances. That's delusion. And I love this whole idea of like being Delulu is the Salulu, but like, let's be real, right? If you are the goat standing on top of a mountain of tin cans, true leadership and true confidence is being like, yep, look at my tin cans. Look at all these tin cans. And look at how they've fed me and nourished me and gotten me this far. Look at what I've done with them. So fake it till you make it isn't about pretending your tin cans are diamonds, but it might be looking at those tin cans and being like, I appreciate you. You kind of say it through clenched teeth at first for a while. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for the lessons that you've brought me and the opportunities to grow. I appreciate you for teaching me about my ego and what it is to be a human and need connection with other people. Thank you, tin can. But then eventually that becomes a true felt sense, and I don't think that's delusional. I think that's true confidence. Anyway, what else? So another piece of this that is absolutely essential is nurturing yourself and nourishing yourself. Taking care of yourself. The best way to build a sense of self-worth, the best way to build a sense of self-esteem and capability and leadership, right? The best way to feel capable of handling your life, even though so much is out of your control, is to treat yourself like you're worth it. The best way to build self-esteem is to do esteemable acts. Okay, so like what would you respect? Act in a way that you would respect. The best way to build self-worth is to treat yourself like you're worthy. So treat yourself like you're worthy of nourishment and water and therapy and a hug from your partner, even if you've been a massive bitch all day. Can you still know that you are worthy of love and a hug and some nurturing? Can you embody that sense and ask for it? Utilize what is available to you, Like expertly. Become the expert of finding nourishment. Become the expert of finding opportunities. And a beautiful way that we do that is by believing in our brains and our bodies and our bones that we are worth it. That we are worthy of that nourishment. That we are worthy of utilizing our resources. So I don't have much longer, but I do want to tell you about the Devil card. I want to tell you that there is a pathway toward liberating yourself of limiting beliefs. You don't have to believe your brain when it tells you that you are not worthy, that you're being selfish, and that that's a bad, terrible, harmful thing. You are not your brain. Your brain doesn't always know the truth. And something I've been really grappling with myself is noticing my brain trying to convince me that I am so selfish. In fact, that I am narcissistic. My brain would have me believe that sometimes. And I was driving the other day and it hit me. I realized that this was the Devil card, right? I realized that this was the brain. This is classic brain energy where I am doing so many beautiful things, so many healing things, so many nourishing things. And I'm not, I'm not harming anybody in the process. My kids are well cared for. My husband's needs are met. There is no risk, no harm in me doing and participating in what I've been doing. And yet my brain is like, you are being so narcissistic. You are terrible. You're a terrible person for doing this. How dare you go to a woman's circle 3 nights in a row? Is basically like, that's not even what it is, right? But that's like what that devil in my brain would have me convinced. That I don't deserve it, that it's way too much, that I should not be connecting with other people, that I should not be doing this healing work, that my time would be better spent putting the laundry away. And I see that for what it is, and I laugh at it. It's like, no. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. The laundry can wait. Those are limiting beliefs. You'd have me believe that it's so selfish and harmful and in fact narcissistic, like that my personality is disordered because I'm like doing some fun, nourishing, wonderful things 3 days in a row. Like, it's a clear sign that my system has a threshold, right? My system has this belief where like, okay, maybe one circle I have permission for, right? But like going to a birthday party and then a breathwork circle, and then the third thing isn't it's like work. I'm leading it. It's not even like me indulging in self-care. It is, because I love it so much and it's completely like nourishing for me, but the third thing isn't even, I'm not paying for it, anyway. My brain would have me believe that that's too much. I'm taking too much, and no, I'm not. I'm truly not. And I'm checking in to make sure that that's true. I'm making sure that my kids are cared for, my husband's cared for. Everything is fine. Everything's fine. But my brain gives me every reason to not go to that party, to not go to the circle, to not enjoy myself, to feel guilty as I'm doing it, to feel unworthy as I'm doing it. That's not helpful. Not helpful. And something that Lindsay Mack teaches about receiving that is so fucking beautiful is that when we limit ourselves to that receiving, then that beauty has nowhere to go, right? So I'm in the middle of this beautiful weekend, right, where I had this birthday party with a group of women. It was so wonderful. And then the next night I had my own breathwork women's circle. That was so beautiful. And then tonight I'm hosting a moon circle that is going to be so beautiful, right? And at every turn, my brain has given me reasons to not enjoy those things and not fully receive them. And that is such a disservice. Because the beauty is there. The nourishment is there. I just have to like liberate myself from those chains. And then like the other piece of that is so important is like when we don't allow ourselves to receive, it puts us in the position where we have to take, and we become desperate and grabby. And then that's like disempowered queen energy. That's disempowered confidence. Like, why aren't my needs getting met? You should be meeting my needs better. Like externalizing it. That's what I do, at least. So, I need to go. I need to wrap this up. But I really hope that this was helpful. I love this energy. God, if I say that every single season, it's meaningless. But I love it all. I love it. I do love it all. And I've just been feeling this so deeply as I have been like stepping into this deepened role of the self-care witch, this like even more leadership. I'm learning so much about it. So I'm really feeling it. I wonder if you are too. Feel free to let me know. I'm always open to hearing from you. I love you a lot. Also, I just hit 1,000 followers on my Instagram this week, which is just so beautiful and exciting for me. I am so excited. I've been hoping for this for a really long time. So if you're over there on my Instagram, I have a lot of love for you. Thank you so much. It's really meaningful. And as I'm sitting at this stove of 16 burners where I have all of this stuff cooking, all of these things that I'm planning to add to the membership and more, what do I want to say? I can't wait to tell you about it. And I am just filled with gratitude because let me kind of illustrate it this way. In my 2023 vision board booklet, I clipped out these words, staying power. And I don't even really know why I put that in there. I feel like I was just kind of trying to fill space, if I'm being completely honest. But that phrase became so true for me as I navigated a really difficult, kind of scary pregnancy. It was not that scary, in comparison, right? Relatively, it was relatively safe, but I was very scared. Navigating a pregnancy and then postpartum, and that phrase, staying power, just really came through for me. And as I am on this precipice of finally putting out into the world what I've been building toward for 4 years, I'm finally seeing it come to life, come to fruition. I'm finally getting the yeses and the permissions and the as I am about to give you so much more. I just feel extra grateful that you're here already, so thank you. That's all. Thank you for being here. And I hope that it serves. I hope that you love it. I will see you soon for an Aquarius season episode, or maybe for a moon circle, or maybe on my Instagram stories for Free Tarot Friday, or know that you can always schedule a free consultation on my website. I'm here. I love you. I appreciate you. And I hope you take really great care of yourself. I'll see you next time. Bye. Now, before you go, let me keep your ear for just a moment. This week's episode is brought to you by www.theselfcarewitch.com, my bread and butter, where you can find more information on my current courses, offerings, and other fun ways to connect with myself and yourself. If you enjoyed this episode and you dig what I'm doing here, please subscribe to the podcast, rate it, and leave a review. It helps so much. And if you'd like to connect with me, head to theselfcarewitch.com. I'd truly love to hear from you. Until next time, take care.